Did you know that the Health Department of the Philippines has reported a staggering 73% rise in dengue cases in the first quarter 2025? That's right. January through March 2025, dengue cases have increased by 73%. Stay with me through this video because I'm going to give you information about dengue fever incubation period, dengue signs and symptoms, recovery period duration, and how much money it could cost you if you get dengue. Hi there. If you don't know me, I'm Jeff, and I've been living in the Philippines now for about 2 years. I've always heard about dengue fever, but never gave it any thought that I might one day get it. That was until last week. I woke up on a Wednesday morning and felt absolutely drained with no energy and no desire to do anything. I hadn't slept well all night and had a lot of body aches and pains, and also started to get a bad heat rash all over my body. I had lost my appetite for food, but knew that it was important to at least try and keep myself hydrated. Over the course of the next several days, these symptoms persisted, and I tried keeping myself hydrated, but I still had no desire to eat any food. My nights continued to be sleepless, and my body aches and pains persisted, even while I was taking paracetamol. By the time Saturday had rolled around, I started to think maybe I had come down with COVID, as my symptoms were similar to an experience I had back in 2020. I bought a COVID test, but the results were negative. By the fourth day, which was Sunday, my aches and pains started to subside a little, and I felt slightly better, but I still had no energy or appetite for food. By this time, I had already lost 3 kilograms, and my heat rash was not getting any better. So I decided to go to the hospital for blood tests and a diagnosis. Well, after a couple hours, my labs came back and I was told that I had dengue fever. Now, this surprised me, but it was proof that expats are not immune from it. The blood results showed my white blood cell count was low and outside the normal low end range, and my platelet count number was low, but just barely inside the normal ranges. The next thing I'm being told by the emergency room staff was that they advised me to be admitted to the hospital for further observation and testing. I just wasn't keen on that. At this point, before agreeing to the recommendation, I asked my wife to speak with admissions and asked how much a semi-private room rate was and what additional fees I might incur. Jenny was told that a semi-private room at this hospital was billed at 3,500 pesos nightly, or about $65, plus there would also be additional doctor's fees, lab fees, and pharmacy fees. Sunday was now my 4th day with dengue, and I was actually feeling a little better, and I felt I was turning the corner to recovery. So at this point, I decided to recover at home and do the recommended daily blood tests and monitor my white blood cell and platelet counts until I got cleared. So I went for blood draws on Monday and Tuesday, and after the Tuesday draw, the doctor felt that I was making good progress towards getting my white blood cell counts in normal ranges, and I would no longer need to do daily blood draws. So here's a recap of dengue fever. The dengue incubation period is 4 to 10 days after being bitten by a mosquito. Dengue symptoms can last 2 to 7 days, and common mild symptoms include high fever, headache, pain behind the eyes, muscle and joint pain, nausea and vomiting, swollen glands, rash, and fatigue. I'll share with you what my itemized costs were to give you an idea what the dengue fever costs might be should you contract. An ECG test, 700 pesos. CBG HGT test, 300 pesos. An ER consultation fee was 1,400 pesos. Getting into the lab side, complete blood count was 305 pesos. The platelet count, 230 pesos. Prothrombin time PT test, 680 pesos. APTT, 960. Potassium, electrolytes, 460 pesos. Sodium electrolytes, 460 pesos. Urinalysis test, 155 pesos. The Dengue, NSI, IgG, IgM test, several components of this test, 2,300 pesos. And then I was out of the pharmacy given a Benadryl tablet for 54 pesos. All these costs through these three sections, 8,014 pesos. Now, additionally, the blood draw on Monday and then again on Tuesday, each blood draw was 535 pesos. So just shy of 1,100 pesos. So between that and the 8,014, call it 9,100 pesos. That would be about $165 for this full testing. Now, had I accepted and followed through with the admission for follow-up testing, I probably would have picked up another 7,000 to 10,000 minimum. So with a hospital stay with dengue, you're probably looking between 10,000 to 20,000 pesos. So what preventive actions can you take to not get dengue fever? Here are a few things you can do, but no guarantee. Firstly, make sure you have insect repellent. Wear protective clothing. Use mosquito nets. Stay in screened areas or air-conditioned environments if possible. And lastly, avoid areas with standing water. So there you have it. If you found this video helpful, hit that like and subscribe to receive insightful information like this in the future. Stay safe, be well. Thanks for watching.